chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas's 33rd District for 5 minutes for questions.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. And let me start by reaffirming, I think, what we all know to be true, and that pipeline safety is not a luxury, but it's a necessity. And we rely over literally 3 million miles of pipeline to move energy and materials that power this country. It's very critical for keeping our houses cool and keeping them warm, and jobs. So, I mean, it's important for everything, and that's why PHMSA's mission is so important, and that's why this committee's work to reauthorize PHMSA is long overdue. I think that we've let the agency's authorities lapse even as pipeline miles expand and aging infrastructure strains and new fuels like hydrogen and CO2 are finally starting to enter the system. And as a Texan, I know better than most how central pipelines are to American energy. They're efficient, they're economical, and they're essential, but they're also not infallible. And we have to look for ways that we can raise the bar on safety with new energy demand surging, the country growing, things like hydrogen and CO2 infrastructure coming online, and extreme weather risks and extreme weather extremes increasing. The stakes really couldn't be higher. We need PHMSA to ensure that we have the tools, the staff, and the authority to really prioritize safety and reduce leaks and protect a lot of our communities as well as we experience this growth and this new demand for energy. And so I think that what we really need to be asking ourselves is, how can we make real progress on pipeline safety without getting bogged down in partisanship, which is something that I've really stressed a lot on being on this subcommittee. And so at the end of the day, this hearing is not just about policy, but it's really whether about families can feel safe in their homes and businesses, and whether or not we're going to have the energy that we needed. And so I wanted to ask Mr. Caram, your organization often works across stakeholder lines, and I wanted to ask, like, what are 2 or 3 practical bipartisan steps this committee could take in reauthorization that would increase pipeline safety and community trust, but still be workable for the industry?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. 2 things come to mind, both of which I mentioned briefly. The first is in-home methane detectors or natural gas alarms. The NTSB has been recommending these devices for some time. There's been some disagreement as to whether that's really under PHMSA or a state program's jurisdiction, but I firmly believe that it is part of a operator's public awareness responsibilities and could be part of the public awareness regulations. And you know, this subcommittee could make that happen. We saw in Japan when they adopted widespread use of natural gas alarms, we saw the incidents decrease by 90%. I firmly believe that widespread adoption of natural gas alarms will make a meaningful difference quickly on fatalities from pipelines. And another would be fire shutoff valves or thermally activated shutoff valves. These would help mitigate the damage from a fire in a building that could be made worse by the presence of gas service. They're very simple, inexpensive devices. I believe they cost $75. They're required in Massachusetts already and have been for some time. A low melting point polymer keeps the valve open. When exposed to heat, it automatically closes, and it would prevent gas from making that fire worse and fueling it. They don't require any ongoing maintenance, and they're very easy to install on existing service lines.